Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video I'm going to show you and I'm going to give you these 5 steps in order to build your English skills. So by using these 5 steps you will be able to speak English like a native English speakers, because these 5 steps are very important steps that you need to take them in order to advance your language and in order to develop your language. Because when you study these 5 steps and when you follow these 5 steps, definitely you are going to strengthen your language, you are going to develop your language, you are going to have skills that which native speakers have. So by following these 5 steps you will just unlock the secret of developing your language and to speak English like a native English speakers. So these are simple 5 steps, and when you follow these simple 5 steps and apply them into your life, you're going to become a native like a native English speakers. So let's jump right in. So here are 5 steps, and I'm going to go with you one by one. In order to advance your language, you need to take these 5 steps. And in today's video, I'm going to give you, this one of the steps, the steps one. So let's jump right in. So let's come to step one. Step one, there is, in this step, the first step is listening. When you want to develop your language, when you want to become like a native English speaker, you need to listen. The first step is listening. For this step, you will focus on listening to a natural English conversation about the topic. The purpose of this step is for you to observe how native English speakers use or how native English speakers discuss the topic. When you have chosen a topic, when you have got a topic, you need to first of all to listen to the topic first of all, because in these steps you are going to learn how the native English speakers listen and how the native English speakers choose the topic when they want to discuss about something, and how you can understand the way that they are talking or they are speaking in their during their conversation. So this step is just only for listening. When you listen attentively, you are going to understand how they can speak and how what words they are using, what phrases they are using, what tips they are using, and how they can speak the words, how they can put the words together, and how they can produce the words. All of these skills, they are in this step, in the step one, which is the listening. And in this step, I just divided into 3 parts. Part one and part two and part three. In listening steps, you are going to focus on how they can produce the words, and how they can give the words, and the phrases, verbs, and the things that they are using during their speaking times, during their choosing topic, and while they're discussing the topic. There are some words that they are using, phrases they are using, expressions they are using, new vocabularies they are using. All these things you can listen to them in order to advance your language skills. So let's see what is in part one. In part one, you are going to watch or you are going to listen to a real English conversation about a topic. When you have find a topic, the specific topic, for example, about the sport, about the football match, you are going to listen or to watch. Sometimes you are going to listen a video about about speaking about the sports, for example. They are speaking about the food, for example. They are speaking about any kind of topic, any kind of topic they are discussing. You need to watch or you need to listen or broadcast. When you listen, if you don't understand, when you're listening, for example, there are some words, some expressions, some idioms, some phrasal verbs they are using but you don't understand them, some vocabularies they are using but you don't understand them, though you need to listen again and again. In this part, in the first part, you need to listen first of all, and then you need to watch. If there is a video, you can watch it. If there is a broadcast or something that you can just listen to it, you can listen to about the conversation, the specific conversation about the specific topic that they're discussing. That when you have chosen, for example, you have write down on one of the websites, or right on the YouTube, you find a video talking about the sports, talking about the food. You need to listen to it very carefully and or watch it very carefully. If you don't understand some words, you can pause it. You can just re-listen it or re-watch it again and again. Then you can go to the next step. So let's jump to the next step and see what's in the part 2. In part 2, you need to fill the blanks found in the conversation transcript below, or write down a new vocabulary, phrases, expressions, idioms, or what they have used during the conversation. So in this part, I'm not just giving you this part like this. I'm going to give you a full conversation, so you don't need to be worried about this, because there already are specific video or specific listening steps that which you have already prepared for you. Then you can listen to it. When you listen to it, there is transcript, there is the listening which has been just written as a transcript. You are going to fill the blanks, or you can just write down the new words. If you didn't find the transcript, you can write down in number 2. You can write down new vocabularies or new the phrases or expressions and the idioms that were used during the conversation. So if you didn't find the place in order to fill the blanks, you can just write down the new words, phrases, expressions, and idioms that which has been used during the conversation. So when you have write down, you can be able to understand very well. So let's go to part 3 and see what's in the part 3. So in part 3, take a simple notes when you hear something new or interesting, but you don't research the meaning yet. In this part, you are going to take simple notes when you watch something that which is new or interesting to you, even though you cannot understand the meaning yet. So you need to just write it down. Don't just go at the time to open the dictionary in order to find the words, what does it mean, in order to find the expression, what does it mean, in order to find the meaning of the idioms. You don't need to search at the time. You need to just write them down, something that which is new for you or which is interesting to you. Then you can rewatch again, and then the meaning of it will be by guessing. Either you can just take it from one of the sentences, that from the whole context you can find the meaning of the new vocabulary or idioms or the phrasal verbs or whatever you are searching for. So this is about listening. This is about step 1. So in today's video, just about listening. I'm not going to give you the other parts unless we can complete this one. So let's see. There are 5 steps. So this is step 1, and in step 1 I just showed you. In step 1 there are 3 parts. There are 3 parts in part 1 and part 2 and part 3. So these 3 parts which I've already shown you, which I've already explained for you, you just need to search about this or this parts, and then you can come to the next video in order to show you, in order to watch it again, and then you can go to part 2. So in today's video, just about the part 1. I hope that you can get the attentively look at what I've said, in order to have a piece of papers or a notebook that you can write down the whole thing, so that which has been said here, and then you have to apply them into your life. So by following these steps, you are going to advance your language skills and advance your communication skills, whatever you need to, or whatever you have, or whatever you want in the side of these languages. So thank you so much. See you in the next video.